Hey, y'all, wake up, man. It's Cole the barber. So, we're gonna put that good old classic tape on my boy today, man. I think every barber should master the taper. It's one of your bread and butter haircuts, man. If you support the No Chili Bowl gang, if you want to be part of the No Chili Bowl gang, go on ahead and hit that like and subscribe button right quick and support the No Chili Bowl gang, right? So right now I'm combing him out. Even though he's a returning client, I gotta make sure that I'm combing and cutting his hair in the proper direction. So right now I got my 1.5 guard on the wall seniors. I'm just going with the grain, I'm not digging in too much, I'm just getting a nice, full, smooth stroke. And if you notice, most of my strokes gonna start at the crown, right? Because you want to get a nice, smooth stroke. Because believe it or not, the more pressure you put on the blade or guard, it'll cut a little bit differently. So if you do a full stroke, you'll kind of get some consistent pressure. And with a wave pattern, you want to try to keep it as even and smooth as possible. So you see how I'm working around the crown, and I leave the crown untouched for a second until I can give it more attention, like I'm doing right now. See how I'm going with the way that the hair grows instead of the way that he has the 360 waves, because when you get the hair cut down low, it surrenders to its natural growth pattern. Reason why a lot of wavers, a lot of 360 wavers got a weak right side. Just knocking down, making sure it's even all the way around. So I'm gonna take that same 1.5 guard and I'm go against the grain right at the temple. I'm gonna do the same thing, the back of the neck and the temple on the other side. Whatever blade or guard that you go with the grain with, the primary length, just go against it when you're doing a taper with that exact same blade or guard. That's the fundamentals. Y'all should know that. And his hair grows all crazy ways in the back. See, I'm doing the same thing on this side that I done on the other side. And if you know anything about this type of hair texture, it go all type of crazy ways. And as you can see, he manipulated it to go into the 360 wave pattern, but man, this hair is kind of tough to surrender to it, especially when it's lower. So right now I got my barberless edges, and I'm just balding him out. We do the rainbow on the back. Things cut like butter, man. Butter. Get him nice and clean back there. Now this on the right side, I'm balding him out at the temple. Typical routine. As you can see, I'm picking up each blade or guard one time, right? I do it one at a time. This is me just doing a little touch up with the 1.5 guard. And I'm going all the way back around the head for a second time. So this will be one of those times where I pick up the guard twice. You see? Because, on hair like this, you want to be a little more careful because, like I said, as it gets shorter, it grows all different type of ways, and you want to make sure you cut it right. So this is the 1.5 blade on the 76s. So even though I went against with the 1.5 guard, I'm coming back with the 1.5 blade because it's a little sharper and it's a slightly lower length, right? It's kind of hitting the same areas that I hit with the guard, or slightly up under that, right? Give it a smoother transition. You know, I can see what I'm gonna do before I do it, and if it's not looking like I need it to look, before I pick up the next blade of guard, I'm gonna go back in there and get it nice and smooth. You know, you wanna try to be proactive instead of reactive when you cutting. You wanna do the necessary work to avoid the mistakes before they happen, right? You gotta excuse my camera, it gets a little blurry here and there. You know, still kind of new to this YouTube, but we're gonna get it together. So this the 1A, right up under that 1.5. See how I'm using the corner of the blade? That's just making sure that it, that I hit it with the proper pressure. And you don't want to lay the whole blade flat on the head. It's never good. It's never good. You see how when I'm fading right there, I go with against the way the hair grows. And it's me going under that 1.5 on the temple on the left side now. Also utilizing the corners of the blade. See that? Like I said, with this texture of hair, it's kind of difficult. You just can't, go in with the blade flat all the time. You got to use the corners. Like I said, you got to be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait till you mess up to try to fix it. Just be proactive and take the necessary steps so it won't ever happen. So you see how it's already a smooth transition. Like I said, excuse the blurriness of this camera. But right now, that's the wall seniors. Of course, I'm gonna go all the way open, up under that 1A, then halfway, then close. Everything I do is top to bottom. The only lines I'm gonna put in is the ball lines. Y'all should know that by now. So right now, I'm just utilizing the corners of my blade, adjusting the level as needed. Like I said, from open to halfway to close, and that's top to bottom. You want to make sure, if you look at my left thumb, you'll see that I'm kind of stretching the skin a little bit. That lifts the hair. You ever want to get your tapers a little more, or any type of fade or blend a little more detailed, a little more blurry, you want to lift that skin up so the hair can lift up with it, and you get a better cut like that. Right now I'm hitting the back the same way, all the way open, halfway closed. Excuse the blurriness of my camera. When it comes to this content stuff, I wasn't gonna upload this video because of that blurriness, but you know what? Shit, I gotta put this content out. Y'all know what's going on, y'all barbers. Look it out. See, I adjust the lever as needed. Look how smooth that transition is, though. And I'm gonna knock this last little line out. You see how I start to pop the blade? On bigger guards or blades, you glide. With smaller guards or blades, you pop, right? So here I go on the right side. This camera angle is a little better. So I'm going all the way open, then halfway and close, and that's from top to bottom. And I'm utilizing the corners of the blade. Same thing I did on the other side. And then I cut and comb, because I want to make sure that the hair is right where I needed it. See how I'm utilizing the corners? That's how you get that HD taper. Promise you, stick around to the end of the video. You gonna be like, damn, boy gonna be fresh, man. We know Chili Bowl gang over here. So this me with the 1.5, just kind of, cleaning up behind myself because the cut is pretty much done. We just need to slap a edge up on it, right? So how I do is I go ahead and get the cut done, then I come back and hit some of the imperfections. And that's what I'm doing right now. Same thing I did on the other side. You gotta break those waves in that area, otherwise it'll look like a line. Sometimes it ain't line, it's just you need to break the waves in that area so the transition can be smooth. But look at that. And this shit is an art, man. It's an art. Utilizing my corners. This is just a little detail work, I like to get them nice and prepared and nice and tapered and ready before I put the line up on them. Because when I touch it with that line up, that's the finishing touches, man. Real talk. Like, I don't even want to do nothing else but line them up and be done, right? So this is the 1.5 with the grain. Well, the 18 skip tooth blade, I'm sorry. And I'm going with the grain, on the edges, just knocking it down that way. Like I said, I like it nice and clean and smooth by the time I touch it with the edges. I don't need too much hangover. So I'm gonna go dust my boy off right quick. Knock some of that hair off of him, get him nice and clean, prepared for that edge up. We like a clean workspace. So y'all already know what I'm about to do next, right? I use this tactic with most of my haircuts. I don't use no freeze spray, no none of that. I take water in a bottle, I spray their hair, and then I brush it to lay it down. And since the hair is shorter, it's gonna dry pretty fast. It ain't nothing but water, don't add nothing to it. You need it dry as possible after the water dries so your lineup can be crispy. But ultimately what this is gonna do is lay his hair down. So when he do-rag, when he brush his hair, when he wash his hair, it's gonna lay just how it look when he leave out this barbershop, because we already got it laid down. Some of y'all barbers do a nice cut and then the person go home, wash their hair, lay it down, and then it's a total different cut. So, of course we got the babulous edges right here, and we down here and hitting that line up. You see how I just gotta tap it? Cause it's nice and prepared. And then look how that blend just pop. Look at that, man. All we doing is just tapping. We ain't gotta do too much. It ain't no bulk behind that ear. Yeah, this no Chili Bowl gang, no bulk behind the ear gang. Yeah, all that. Tap, tap, tap. Right? Look how clean that is, man. I know you want to do a taper like that. I know you do. Just keep watching. Make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna show you exactly how. So you see how I did that curve? Everybody's curve is not gonna be exactly the same. Some barbers, it's their signature. You can tell they cut somebody's hair because they do everybody's curves exactly the same. When that's fine and dandy, if your clients like it, people's curve will be slightly different with mine, because I'm gonna try to go natural I'm gonna try to go closest to the natural lineup as possible, right? I let it tell me the shape of your C cup or whatnot, right? So look how I'm tapping the brook. Look at that. Tap, tap, tap. Nice and clean. Boy, look at that transition, man. Ooh. Dope. 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 And with this particular client, I can go ahead and edge up one side completely without having to start off in the center of his edge up, because I pretty much know what to expect. Now, if this was a newer person or a person that I'm not so sure about, I'll start in the middle of his lineup on the front, because just to make sure I get it straight, because you don't know what to expect on the other side. You'll double work yourself if you gotta switch some things up, because no one's edge up is perpendicular. No one's edge up is perfectly straight. If that's the case, barbers wouldn't have a job. So yeah, man, look at that taper, man. Look at that taper, man. Can't tell me that ain't clean. So that's pretty much gonna get done on the other side the same, right? For camera angle purposes, I probably won't be able to get the other side in the shot, but you're gonna pretty much do that same thing on the other side. Like I said, we're gonna get better with this over time, but you pretty much see how this go. And there it is. Fresh tape on that bar. Man, y'all like the video, comment, and subscribe, man. Most importantly, wake y'all asses up.